Adler once said, "Empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another." Good morning, everyone. My name is Mita Novita Sariselong, and I'm honored to stand here in front of you to deliver my speech about empathy, the heart of humanity. But first of all, I like to thank to the Almighty God. It is because of His grace we are be able to being here in good condition today. Ladies and gentlemen, empathy is the capacity to share with others feeling and perspective. Indeed, it represents the root of human relationship because it allows humans to really communicate with one another and connect beyond their superficially perceived differences. Empathy makes us considerate and empathetic with the pains and sufferings of other human beings. It is from this sense of empathy that we will find patience, understanding, and respect. However, empathy not only promotes individual relationships, but also promotes social change as it motivates people to find answers that benefit everyone. Now that we understand what empathy is, let's talk about why it matters so much in today's world. Ladies and gentlemen, right now the world feels more divided than ever. According to 2022 report by the World Economic Forum, over 60% of people around the world believe that people in their country are more divided than united. This is a big problem, but here's where empathy comes in. When we take time to understand someone else's feelings and experiences, we stop seeing them as enemies. We start seeing them as fellow humans. There is a powerful quote by Barack Obama. He said, "The biggest deficit that we have in our society and in the world right now is an empathy deficit." This means that many of our problems, hate, discrimination, and misunderstanding can be reduced if we just choose to listen and care. Now you might be asking, how can I show empathy in real life? Empathy doesn't only belong in speeches or big events. It lives in small, everyday action. Let me share a short story. There was a young boy in Japan who was bullied in school. Every day he came home crying, but one day a classmate sat beside him during lunch and said, "You don't have to eat alone." That small act of empathy changed the boy's life. Today, he leads a campaign against bullying. In real life, empathy is holding the door for somebody who's struggling, asking your friend, "Are you okay?" and really listening. Not laughing when someone makes a mistake, but encouraging them instead. A recent study by Harvard University found that students who practice empathy perform better in teamwork and have less stress. This shows that empathy is not just good for others, it's good for us too. Ladies and gentlemen, now we know what empathy looks like in action. But how do we grow it in ourselves and helps others do the same? Empathy is a skill. And like any skill, we can learn and improve it. First, we must practice active listening. Don't just hear, try to understand. Second, read books or watch movies about different people and cultures. This helps us to see the world from many points of view. And third, pause before judging. Ask yourself, what might the person be going through? There's a quote by Maya Angelou. She said that, "I think we all have empathy, but we not have enough courage to show it." So let's be brave. Show it, teach it to others in your home, school, workplace, everywhere. And let's remember, empathy is like a seed. When we plant it with kindness, it grows into a garden of peace and connection. Finally, in a world that often feels cold, divided, and fast-paced, empathy is the warmth that reminds us we are not alone. It's the heartbeat of our shared humanity, the quiet force that connects us beyond words, belief, and borders. So let us not wait for a crisis to care. Let us choose empathy every day in the way we listen, the way we act, and the way we speak. Because when we lead with empathy, we don't just change someone's life, we might change the world. So start small, listen deeply, feel genuinely, and never underestimate the power of understanding. Empathy isn't weakness, it's courage, and it is truly the heart of humanity. That's all for my speech. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day, and let's do our best to be kind to each other. Thank you.